What's up everyone, it's Jaquil, your guide to living with Apple every day, and in this episode we're going to compare the brand new iPhone 17 Air, Apple just calls it the iPhone Air, but I'm going to call it the 17 Air, versus the other iPhones to see if you should upgrade or not from your current model. So without further ado, let's get started. You can see here that it's $1,000, which is $400 more than the iPhone 16e, which is like their version of the iPhone SE now, so like you consider that. If you just want to upgrade to an introductory iPhone again because you don't use it for much, save yourself the $400. You can still get the iPhone 16e. However, if you really want the latest technology, the iPhone 17e now starts at $1,000. So Apple, I'm thinking, is like basically trying to move up from all the $600, all the $800 iPhones and just make everything start at four figures. $1,000 for base, $1,200 and up for the Pro models. So one of the first things I noticed that caught my eye was that it has dual capture video. Now, for you who might have switched over from Samsung or know friends with Androids and stuff like that, the dual capture video has been there forever. Like, I used it like almost 10 years ago on my friend's Samsung. So the fact that Apple finally has this is very cool. It will finally allow you to like record reaction videos front and back much better. The 27-hour video playback in such a thin phone is super cool. That's just 27 hours of Netflix if you start from 100%. That's just crazy. I wanted to see a comparison of the weight because honestly I hate having almost half a pound of phone in my pocket because it's 456 grams to 1 pound. For the I have an iPhone 15 Pro still, but with the case on it, it ends up being half a pound or more. So, and my wife has the 15 Pro Max, so that's like 2/3 of a pound in her pocket. So you can see here, the iPhone 17 Air has the biggest screen out of all prior iPhones, not including the 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max. This is just comparing 15 Pro and 16 Pro. You can assume that it has a bigger screen than the 14 Pro, 13 Pro, 12 Pro onward down. So depending on where you're upgrading from, the iPhone 17 Air seems like it will have a bigger screen on average, which is really, really cool. The ceramic shield on both the front and back is 3 times more scratch resistant than the 16 Pro, which is crazy. It has the A19 Pro chip, which is super cool. The fact that this chip in the iPhone 17 Air is more advanced than the 16 Pro blows my mind on such a thin device, which is cool. So far it has the same battery life as a 16 Pro. It has a better chip than a 16 Pro. It's more scratch resistant than a 16 Pro. The front, the selfie cam is higher quality than a 16 Pro for like $200-300 cheaper. Actually, no, I think the 16 Pro might be worth less because the 17 Pro is coming out. For the cameras, it seems like the cameras, like the 3 back cameras of the Pros versus the 1 back camera of the 17 Air, it seems like the only main difference is if you like shooting in fish lens where you zoom out to 0.5 so you can catch everyone in the corners. If you're not the type to do that nor care, then it doesn't matter. If all you do is take pictures of food or people here or there outside. 10 years ago, we were all using iPhone 4 to iPhone 7, and this is already twice as powerful. So, and we did just fine. We survived. It still shoots Dolby Vision 4K, you know, so that's cool. So far, the 17 Air is really rocking. USB 2 versus USB 3, don't really care. I don't think you're going to be downloading stuff really that fast. One thing to note is that the MagSafe wireless charging only has 2 watts faster on the iPhone 16 Pro, whereas the iPhone 17 Air and the iPhone 15 Pro, the iPhone 17 Air already charges MagSafe faster than the iPhone 15 Pro, which is interesting. What's also cool is that the base gigabyte for memory space starts at 256 gig versus the 16 Pro, which also still starts at 128 gig, which is crazy. So now this is what's cool stuff. Adaptive refresh rates up to 120 megahertz is still there, or 120 hertz is still there. So that it has the same refresh rate as a 15 Pro, 16 Pro, HDR display, all that stuff. It does have more pixels than the 16 Pro, and it's got 3,000 peak nits for outdoor brightness as opposed to 2,000 on the 16 Pro. So far the 17 Air seems like it's already stronger, faster, brighter as the 16 Pro. The only difference is on the cameras, which if you're not the type to take pictures or videos, then you don't need it that much. This is the beautiful thing. The 17 Air is 165 grams versus 200 grams on the 16 Pro versus 187 grams on the 15 Pro. So, reminder, it's 456 grams to 1 pound. So that's about 220. That's about 225 grams to a pound when you add the phone case, when you add the phone, etc. So when you add the lightweight case to the iPhone Air, you're at under half a pound, but you're at over half a pound with the 16 Pro and the 15 Pro. So if you are the type who likes lightweight things, then iPhone Air might be for you. And keep in mind, I'm gonna throw up a screen where I compare the iPhone 7, which is 135 grams. So it's only 30 grams more than the iPhone 7. Here's another look at the chips, stronger chips. It's missing one core GPU compared to the 16 Pro and the 15 Pro. However, it has neural accelerators, which I assume means it'll act like it's good. You can see here that, yeah, it just doesn't have the 0.5, nor does it have the 5x optical zooms, but I think you'll get over that. It doesn't have the macro photography or spatial photos, which you can use for your Apple Vision Pro. Video recording is still 4K, still slow-mo. It has action mode. It just doesn't have cinematic mode, which I think you'll get over as well. It does have dual capture, center stage, which I've had on the iPad Pro. Center stage is really fun because it'll adjust to you as you walk around the room while you're doing your video recording. So that's really cool. 27-hour video playback, man. It's already 4 hours more than the 15 Pro. That's epic into such a thin, small, device. And they redid the MagSafe battery pack to be skinny and thin to fit on the iPhone Air as well, to boost it to 40 hours of video playback, which is really cool. It still has, 5G, gigabit LTE. It has Wi-Fi 7, which is faster than, I'm assuming faster than the Wi-Fi 6E on the 15 Pro. My initial thoughts are, if you're upgrading from, let's say 14 or older, let's say you're upgrading from the XR, the 12, the 13, or the 14, iPhone 17 Air might be the one that you're looking for, where it's thin, it's powerful, it's long-lasting, extra scratch-resistant. The cameras are comparable to what you're getting on the 12, 13, or 14 cameras. However, if you're upgrading from 15 or 16 Pro to the iPhone 17 Air, it might or might not be for you. Like if you're a photographer or a videographer, you probably still want like the 17 Pro or the 17 Pro Max. This is just a comparison of the iPhone 17 Air itself. I would say the only two things to upgrade for would be the battery life and the weight reduction. If that's really what you're going for, if all you use your smartphone for is emails and Netflix, and the occasional taking photos and videos of your dog, your food, and your children. That's really, really cool. I might consider future Air iPhones. To me though, because I create content, I would still probably crave the 3 cameras for higher video, higher photo resolutions and quality. But this is starting to change my mind because I don't ever put my iPhone in my pocket anymore because it's half a pound and it jingles around and stuff. I always try to put it in my backpack or just carry it with me because I hate the weight. The W-E-I-G-H-T, like the heaviness of it. So that's one thing to consider. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe for more videos. Let me know what you think of the iPhone 17 Air in the comments below. Peace out till the next video.